Cutting ties with toxic people is never easy, especially when they're your relatives and you have years of shared history together. But sometimes it's the best thing you can do for your own mental health and well-being. So let's talk about the emotional roller coaster of going no contact with toxic relatives. The first stage is probably what brings most of us to the no contact approach, and that is the desire for peace. We're tired of the drama, the manipulation, the lies, the gaslighting. We're tired of feeling emotionally abused and mistreated. And we start to see that the only way to stop that is to stop engaging with the people who are causing it. The second stage is usually some form of relief. It might be a few weeks or even months of feeling good about not having to deal with those toxic relatives anymore. You might feel free, happy even, and hopeful for the future. The third stage is where things get difficult. You might start to experience intense waves of grief, longing, and regret. You might question whether you've made the right decision by going no contact. You might even start to feel depressed and isolate yourself from others. It's important to remember that this is a normal part of the healing process and that these feelings will eventually pass. The fourth stage is when you start to heal. You begin to process the trauma of your past experiences and start to develop a positive self-image. You realize that you deserve so much more than what your relatives gave you, and you're ready to move on with your life. The fifth and final stage is acceptance. You accept that your relatives will never change and that you can't control their behavior. You accept the situation and forgive them. But most importantly, you forgive yourself. You understand that you did the right thing by going no contact, and you're grateful for the peace that you now have in your life. Going no contact with toxic relatives is not easy, but it's so worth it. If you're struggling with this decision, know that you're not alone and that there is help available. Reach out to a trusted friend or family member. Seek professional help if needed. And remember that you're not alone in this journey. There are others who understand what you're going through, and there are resources available to help you cope. So what are some of the ways that you cope with the stress of going no contact with toxic relatives? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with others. Thanks for watching. Take care and see you next time.